Hello lads and ladies, and welcome back to round 3 of the Supercoach Diaries. Now today, before we start, just a programming note off the top. As you can see, I'm not where I usually am in front of my white wall at home. I'm actually at my parents' house because I've moved at my place in Melbourne. I've moved back into my parents on the Gold Coast for a couple of weeks before I move over to England. So that's why for the next couple of weeks, you're probably going to be seeing me in this room here. Now, the lighting isn't the best and the sound might sound a bit funny, but hopefully this is going to do for a couple of weeks before I get into my new place over in Manchester. So without any further ado, I'm going to show you my team. As you can see from my overall scores, it was an average week. 2100 seems it was okay. It was in the top 24% of the entire competition, which probably isn't good enough. And as well as my overall ranking, I'm looking at just outside the top 30,000, which is a bit too high for my liking. I want to be in the top 20,000. That's my goal this season, is to be in the top 20,000 to better myself from last season. However, it's early on. It's only round 2. It's only been 2 rounds, so there is plenty of time for improvement. Speaking of improvement, my team has had to make a few changes because of a bit of a disastrous last week. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to show you my team and I'm going to explain the changes that I made with it. So I've actually had to move spots because there was a bit too much noise in that room. Hopefully I've moved to another room and hopefully it's a bit quieter, but there's not a lot of good light here, so I've cut the face cam. You're just going to hear my voice talk over my team. So here's what my team looks like. I wasn't happy after this round. One thing I wasn't happy about was Rance being that premium backline player but only scoring 75. But I'm going to give him a reprieve because I think he is capable of bouncing back. Another person that performed a bit underperformed was Patrick Dangerfield. Only got 77. Had him as my captain this week too, which was a bit disappointing. I should have kept it on Gary because he got 120 and he still scored very nicely against Fremantle. They were the people that underperformed for my team. The people that performed really well was basically most of my forward line. Green bounced back from having a rough first round. He bounced back and scored me a massive 120. So he's earned a reprieve and he's going to be staying in my team. Wells and Hall kept their great scoring record going. So far, my forward line has been very, very good. Now, on to my changes. I have actually gotten rid of 2 players. So, I've taken out Freeman from St Kilda because while he's a rookie, he's still only scoring 40s, which he would still make some money, but not enough money to keep me satisfied. I need to make some more money. So I switched Kennedy to the midfield and traded out Freeman for Papley, who you can see in the forward line at position number 4. He's had a great 2 games so far. So even if he doesn't have the best game this week, he's going to make a lot of money for me. The second change I made was I brought in Zach Merritt over Michael Barlow. Now, Barlow has had a pretty rough start to the season, and while he's going to keep playing, next week he's going to lose a fair bit of money for how much he was and how many points he had scored. So I had to get rid of him straight away, and I brought in, as you can see, Zach Merritt in position 2. He's looking really good, he's looking really solid, and hopefully he's going to keep on scoring. After those first 2 rounds, he has been on fire. Hopefully, he continues that. Last thing I'm going to mention today is some players that I think that I might be taking out and switching around. Rockcliffe and Dunkley at the moment look like the 2 people that I could be trading next round, or at least Rockcliffe. So the story with Rockcliffe is he is injured. He's going to be out for 2 to 3 weeks. So I've decided to keep him just for this week and take him out of my midfield because he's not going to play a 3rd game, so he's not going to drop down in price, meaning I've still got time to trade him onto someone while he's still got his original value. So I'm going to hold onto him for this week, then switch him out next week. Dunkley's another one I'm looking at. Hopefully he can improve his scoring. He'll still make a little bit of money, but hopefully he can improve his scoring so I don't have to switch him out. But if I need to, I will switch him out. Thank you guys for listening. Like and subscribe. How did your team go in the second round? Are there any trades that you think you're going to be making with this upcoming round? And also, who are your big scorers so far that you are very happy with this season so far? Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys later.